Hi everyone, this is Laura and welcome to my channel. I'm gonna put this here just so that you guys can have something to look at. Hello everyone. One second. I am so sorry, I'm taking a little sip of my tea. Well, the kids and the husband went to school, so I decided to sneak up here and do this video real quick. Um, Really quick before I'm trying to cover as much as I can on this video. I believe I am all caught up with the exception of one person who I owe a die to, and she hasn't told me which one she wants yet. I am all caught up with challenges, giveaways. If I owed anyone anything, not me wanting to participate, that forget it. I will never be caught up with that. And once again, me being on the disabled list has eliminated me from participating in a few. But um, I believe I am caught up with that. And I do have some videos that I did not load and make yet that I am going to try to do this week. I have some videos that I just didn't load yet and they're in the system. So if you do see any videos after this one, and I was talking about the weekend, this past weekend. I do apologize. All these videos were meant to go up Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But due to me ending up in the hospital, I was not able to do that. And from my friends on Facebook that all were wishing me well and sent my prayers and were just listening to me vent and were keeping me company on Facebook or on YouTube, or you just gave me a text or a call, I just want to send you the biggest hugs ever and say thank you so much for your well wishes and for your kind words and for keeping me company and for your suggestions. Boy, did my girlfriends have me busy all suggesting wonderful ways of bringing my crafting downstairs to my bedroom. Now, for those of you who don't know, and this is the first time I mentioned on YouTube, and please do forgive my fingers because they are disgustingly dirty. I was playing with a lot of archival inks downstairs. Um, I had a pain in my leg, ignored it, pain in my leg, ignored it, went on for quite a few days. I'm not even going to say how many. And the reason I did that, it wasn't on purpose. I wasn't trying to be a child about going to the doctor. It's just that, guys, if I went to the ER, every time I had a pain, I'd live in the ER. No lie. And so dealing with chronic pain every day, all day, you kind of tend to forget and you live with it and you put it on the back burner. And not to mention that I was supposed to go to the doctor Wednesday and an emergency came up and I couldn't go. And then to feel this way, to get worse right after that was like, yeah, it didn't help. But anyway, the reason I'm saying that is because I was telling a friend about what happened and she kind of mentioned a few things. And, she said it could be pretty serious. You should go check that out. Then I started thinking about my daughters and my husband, and God forbid if something did, and I just figured, better to be safe than sorry. And I'm not gonna lie to you, it was definitely the spirit that moved me to go to the doctor to the hospital, because I am not an ER person. I refuse to go to the ER. A limb has to be falling off, but I'm glad I went. Anyways, turns out I had to spend the night. They put an IV antibiotic thingy in me, and they let me go home the next day and told me that as long as I promised to stay off my feet, they sent me home with quite a few antibiotics, very aggressive stuff that's not, it's making me sick to my stomach, but I have to do it because they don't know what kind of infection I have in my leg, except to say that it's an infection. They did not say it was a spider bite or anything. I don't really know. I asked them where did it come from. They just said it was just a really bad infection, and it could have came from anywhere. It could have came from me scratching myself. It could have came from a pet scratching me. It could have came from me banging myself, whatever. It almost went into my bloodstream, and that's what they were kind of scared about. That's why they didn't want to let me go home. But they just told me to make sure that it didn't spread inside my veins or go up my leg. And so far, so good. Now, I'm not going to lie. It was extremely hard to stay in bed for me. And Sunday I did get up for a little bit, and wow, my leg flared up instantly. And so um, I really didn't. I wanted to do a video, but I was like, you know what? Let me not push it too much. So I stayed in bed and I tried to be a good girl Monday, which I was. And then today, I missed you guys so much. I said, you know what? I'm going to sneak up just for a little bit. Now, I do feel my leg getting tingly and itchy. And it might be psychosomatic, who knows? But I'm going to just try to hurry up and do this just to explain myself to my friends, where I've been, where I am. And yes, I'm locked up in the dungeon in my bedroom. I have a friend suggested to put a cookie tray on my lap and get to painting, and that's what I did. And she's going to be so proud of me. And this is one of my little images that I colored while I was downstairs locked up in the dungeon. Now, the lighting is horrible, and I'm not at a desk. I'm actually on top of a cookie tray, no lie, like this, coloring while I'm watching TV, laid up with the feet up. So, have mercy. It is not my desk. I don't have my stuff, and I'm slowly bringing stuff. Well, I'm asking my daughters to bring stuff down to me. Um, the other thing was I wanted to thank all you wonderful people for keeping me company, for your wonderful tips, for your well wishes, for your prayers, for your hugs that you sent. Um, just everyone, you all know who you are. And thank you for just listening to me and for your good advice. And Rosa, you especially, hugs, hugs, hugs. Thank you for listening to me vent and saying, girl, you better go. Because I did. And yep, that's pretty much it. Um, I am caught up with all my challenges, I believe, and I am caught up with most of my DT projects. I do have about 6 videos that I had pre-recorded that were supposed to be loaded up over the weekend. If you do see them this week and you say, wow, she's crazy, that was last weekend, I do apologize. They will be pre-recorded, and that's all I can say is I'm sorry. It happened again, and it happens quite often on my channel, um to be totally honest. When I am of the health that I am doing well and I'm not in a lot of pain, I will craft and record, and I may do some work um ahead of myself just in case I do get sick and I don't want to um not present something, especially for the people that I am a DT for. If it's personal stuff for myself, I just leave it there. But if it's like if I was in a swap, or if I am supposed to be in a DT project, or if I'm committed myself to a challenge, stuff like that. Okay, and I did some shopping and I did receive some happy mail. So I figured while I talk to you guys, I would share some of that happy mail. And I did place an order on scrapbookpal.com. And I really have to stop with this might be my last order from scrapbookpal.com. I have to stop with the lawn fawn. Lawn fawn is driving me crazy. They just had a new release and they have a whole bunch of new beautiful Christmas dyes. And I was really going through my stash because, like I said, and do forgive my hands. Oh, they are horrible. Um, I have a lot of archival ink all over them. I was really getting um, some stamps cleaned and I got it all in my fingernails. Anyways, um, I noticed that there were a lot of sets that they released a few years back that they are now releasing dies for. And I want the dies for the old stamp sets that I have. For instance, Sweet Christmas, um, which is this set right here, which, as you can see, I have used quite a bit. I just picked up the die set for that one, and that one's an older set. I also picked up the die set for um, the Critters on the Farm, which is quite expensive. That one hasn't come in the mail yet. And so I was playing catch up with the stamps that I do have, trying to get the dies if they were released. Um, and there's still a few more that I have that I don't have the dies for that were released way after the fact, not at the same time like they're doing now. and it's the older sets. Some of them I will get, not all of them, but some of them I will, only because it helps me so much when I don't have to fussy cut, especially my fingers. So that's why I love the dies. Um, but looking at all the new stuff, I am definitely in love. I just have to be a good girl because I have a whole bunch of expenses coming up, especially with my daughter's birthday and my husband's birthday, and I have to be much better. So I do have some stuff that is coming in the mail, but I think after this it's gonna be closed shop for Laura. Other than red cardstock, I need red cardstock, and yeah, I think we're gonna have to put a little stop to the spending for a little while. Um, so I was watching some of the girls on YouTube, and I really, I've never ever purchased lawn fawn paper pads before, and I really like this bokeh thing going on that I had seen. One of the girls shared, so I picked up. I went to scrapbookpal.com, and they happened to have some because I have been looking for about 3 weeks now, and sold out, sold out, sold out. Finally, they had some, so I picked up a pack of that, and I also picked up Diamond Dies is about to release their new Halloween die set for 2015. You guys, you don't want to miss out on that. It'll probably be here sometime next week or the week after, within the next week, maybe within the next 10 days. And I am so looking forward to these dies. I don't remember um, which were the sets that we had compared to the new ones. And if I did, that would be a secret. You're gonna have to wait and see. But I know they're gonna be amazing. So for you guys that are doing your Halloween parties, maybe school, you're bringing in cupcakes for the kids, or you want to make some mini albums, you really want to pay close attention to those dies that are soon to come. So, thinking about the dies and the fact that we will be receiving some Halloween dies soon because we just got an email from Dee, I went and purchased this paper pen. Now, I know this is really popular right now, and it's called Polka in the Dark, and I definitely love the fact that they have such beautiful, dark, bright colors. I don't know if that makes sense. They're the darker shades, but they're nice and bright and pretty, and they have the little tiny dots, which is great for paper piecing. And I'm going to start. I do love my dice, but I'm going to start trying to paper piece, especially the little character images a little bit more. I've not done that in quite some time, and I want to get back to doing some of that. And this was also from Lawn Fawn. I picked up the mini snowflakes, and I can't wait to play with these, especially these teeny tiny ones. These are going to be great for like little shaker cards. They are so pretty. You can layer these, embellish with these, do all kinds of pretty things. Now this one, I do have the die for this already, and the reason I have the die was um they didn't have the stamp set on Joann's.com. Joann's.com also carries a Riel stamps and dies. About 2 weeks, no, I want to say a month ago, they had the dies 50% off. And I announced it on my Facebook page and on YouTube so that all my friends can go and take advantage. And I think the flat rate shipping was $2.99 or $3, something like that. Anyways, they had the die 50% off, but they didn't have the stamps. Now, I do remember the scrapbookpal.com carries the stamps. And what happened was they do carry the dies also, but I could get the die cheaper at Joann's at that time. So I bought the die from Joann's, and I bought the stamp set from scrapbookpal.com because not only did they have the stamp set, but it was cheaper compared to what Joann's was charging. And I hope I didn't drive everyone crazy with that explanation. So basically, I was penny pinching. I picked up this from scrapbookpal.com, and I picked up the die set from Joann's, and I wound up saving almost $4. So that was a pretty sweet deal. And I so love this. I can't wait to play with them. I also picked it up because I wanted more happy birthday um, sayings, and I just love the French. Um, yeah, and the little bow. So I picked that one up, and this was the one that I wanted so very badly. And every time I kept going, it was sold out, sold out, sold out. So I picked up the Happy Harvest, and I picked him up. And this is no lie. I sat there and I said to myself, okay, Lord, do you really, really need this stamp set? Well, first of all, they have three of my favorite things. I love fall. It's one of my favorite times of year. The best holidays in the world are in fall, Thanksgiving and Halloween, because it's all about being grateful and it's all about the kids and there are no expectations. And I just love it. I love the change of season. I love the cuddle, the sweaters. I love everything about the fall, the colors. And I love these little crows. I saw on the Lawn Fawn channel a video of them using the stamp set. And I don't have anything at all with crows. And um, I was commenting with Becky on YouTube, and I started thinking about the birds and Alfred Hitchcock and how much I really do love crows. And crows have always been spooky for Halloween, but then these crows are so cute. They're not spooky at all, and I like them, and they were so cute on the card. So I wound up giving in to temptation and I picked it up. Yes, I deserve it. I don't care. I did. Also, I don't have a wagon. I don't have like this at all. I don't have a little scarecrow like that. There were a lot of things here that I didn't like have and I wanted. The corn stalks, another must that I wanted. Um, I do have something by Darcy where there is a little walking scarecrow, but nothing like this. That's a nice stamp set too, but it doesn't have the corn stalks and the little crows. And let's face it, guys, you know I'm a lawn fawn fanatic. Also, to my um, another justification, another reason I picked this up, I do have the sunflower set with the larger sunflowers, and I was thinking how nice it would be to have all four of them, the large, well, extra large, large, medium, and small. And these two are a lot smaller than the other two. So they are staggered, which I thought was beautiful because I love sunflowers. Love them. They are one of my favorite flowers. I love them, love them, love them. So I had to have it for that. And of course, I had to pick up the die set for them as well. And they do have dies for everything. Now, I am surprised with this set because as you know, Longfon always gives you a little heart with every stamp set that they make. I'm surprised there's a die here for everything else except for that little heart, which is okay because I have plenty from my other sets. I was just surprised that they didn't and that's usually the one I lose. So I picked that up. Now that was from scrapbookpal.com. Then from eBay, I picked up this stamp set only because I wanted an acorn stamp set so bad. And then I started laughing because it turns out that this is a Michael stamp, and the lady didn't charge me a lot. I mean, for everything, it was like $3.50 for the stamp and shipping. Um, and I wanted the acorn so bad that I didn't care that I had to pay $1.50 for shipping and $1.50 for the stamp. I think it was like $1.79 she charged me. Anyways, so I wind up getting this, and I love acorns. Like I said, I wanted to color some in, and this is what I did. I color some of these in. These will be going on layouts as well as cards, and I was just playing with them, trying to get some coloring done downstairs, and then I did fussy cut them. And here I have a few more that I need to color. So I was keeping myself busy away from my desk doing that. And it's funny too because I didn't, well, I don't get to go to the Michael store anyway. So for me, it wasn't that bad of a deal. I mean, sometimes you gotta pay for what you want, right? And then this I found on eBay. Now, I have never seen these before. They could be old, they could be new. I'm not sure. All I know, guys, is that for the last 3 years, I have been looking for just this. This is exactly what I've been looking for. Now, this says 429 2015. I'm not sure if that's the release date. Clearly, it's April 29th, 2015. But I'm pretty sure that this was wasn't available before because I'm telling you, for 4 years, I have been looking just for this, for a stamp set with yucky things inside. And these are by Inka Dinka Doo, and it's called Oddity Jars. And I do have different stamps or bottles, but nothing like this. These I fell in love with them. Um, the only critique that I would have is that because they are solid stamps, you see, everything in black is going to be um, where the ink is done. So if you wanted to color in, let's say, the liquid, a nice light blue, one of the suggestions I would make for using this might be the no line coloring that people are doing right now. Since it's for Halloween and it's fun and it's festive and it's bright and it's pranky and childish and childlike, I didn't care. So I just stamped them as is. And then what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll color the outline of the jars a darker color. And that way the liquids could look like it's orange. And then I'll maybe even put a little liquid glass or dimensional glass or what's the other one? The oh my goodness, I am forgetting the name of this stuff. Glossy accents. Yes, that's it. And this is how these stamped up. So I did them in various Halloweenish colors. See what I mean? I even tried one in black just to see how it would look. So I did lots of different ones here, and I did fussy cut them. And I did a whole bunch, some to share with some friends and some to have for my mini album that I'm going to make. And I also stamped them out in the neon colors. And these neon pads were given to me by my dear sweet friend Becky. Um, and I used those. And this was my little, oh, I think I shared her with you. That was one of the sweetie pies that I was working on. So I picked that up. And then I picked up a few little odds and ends just because. Just because they were on sale. I picked up some of these yellow roses, some of these white roses. These are really cute, guys. These I have, I go on eBay very often with the resin pieces. These I've never seen before. Look at these. These are little stars, but they have flowers in them. Isn't that adorable? So I picked up a little pack of those in pink. Not sure what I'm going to use them for, but you know what? With the holidays coming and everything wanting to be pretty and blingy, I figured that would be great on tags or lots of other great things. And these are beautiful fall colors, very amberish teardrops. I love these. I picked up those. And then we have some orange hearts again, getting ready for my little fall and Halloween projects. And then I picked up a pair of, oh my goodness, a bag of pink little bows. And they're glittery, and the same thing in orange. So those are my updates, guys. Those are my little hauls that came in the last 2 weeks. I have been not so MIA because I did record quite a few videos before I got sick. Some I got to load, some I didn't. So I will be loading those up for you. again, I think I'm pretty much caught up. I've sent all my final packages out that I had to send out. I need to send out more. I'm still behind, but I'm trying to catch up. Um, that's pretty much it. I hope you're all having fun and enjoying yourself. And again, I will be hopefully back on my desk by Saturday or Sunday. But right now, I'm starting to feel a little bit of swelling going on again. So I'm going to let you guys go. Besides the fact that it's been a good 25 minutes. So this was a nice visit. Our visit is ending, and I'm going to go back into my little dungeon and I'm going to go back and go do some coloring and catch up on some television shows and some videos. I'm sending you all big hugs. I hope you all have a very blessed day, and I will talk to you all really soon. Bye for now.